All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to After the Island. I am Elizabeth, and I'm here with Carrington today.
Hello.
Hi. I'm dying. I thought you were going to be a date guy this whole season.
Yeah, the guy did not appear.
Why?
I feel like I came in too late, to be honest. There's a lot of things I wanted to do, a lot of things I did, but
Like
there
what?
were so many storylines and things going on already and people coupled up. I feel like truly I just wanted to survive coming into that time. So the best way to do that is not to be date guy. It is to be like kind and nice and just get along with everybody. But even that didn't work. So, here we are.
Damn. Wait, what was your plan that was going to happen? In a perfect world, how did it go?
My plan. I feel like everybody has a plan. Well, my plan was to start and go in there and make alliances and run it and do what anybody wanted to do. But coming in at the time I really didn't have a plan. My plan simply was just to survive and do all the games and get to the end. And I
Mhm.
figured even though I'm coming in late, the advantage to that is, well, I missed a lot of eliminations and duels and I thought I had a really good chance. However, I didn't. I got out in the heart rate challenge of all challenges. So
Yes, what the hell? You're right.
if I was looking back on it now, though, I don't think I took it seriously enough, the heart rate challenge. I feel like I did well, but I had no idea I would go home off that. I had zero idea. I was very
Yeah,
comfortable. I thought I would get like a duel or a challenge or something, but
stupid. That's such a dumb way to go.
yeah, it really
Oh,
pissed me off. I'm still like I'm happy, but
I mean, you're in Fiji forever.
yeah, I was in Fiji forever waiting for that. So, I mean, to this day, I'm still like pissed off about it. But not anybody. Like it's my own fault, right? I met a lot of great people though. I was coupled up with Kira. She's
Mhm.
fucking awesome. Excuse my French, but she's awesome. And I had a good time either way. So hopefully I get to run it back and actually run for the money this time. But yeah.
So, like, you would go back and do season 2?
Absolutely, yeah. I don't think I mean, I don't care about stigmas in general. I have stigma all around my name. But when it comes to like Scott, for example, doing Love Island 3 times and it's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like, I think that doing the games doesn't really count. It's different,
No.
it's not,
It's
yeah, it's different. So I'd
yeah,
love to do it again.
yeah, it's like people that do the challenge or Big Brother or Survivor, like, they go back a ton. Like, they just
Yeah.
keep going back and trying until they win.
Yeah. I say we do it again and I start and then let's make the prize like $1 million or something. Like, let's make it crazy.
Yeah.
I hope you guys are all enjoying the episode so far with Carrington, but we are going to take a brief moment to hear from one of our sponsors, Trivia Star. So if you're feeling super lucky, you need Trivia Star. If I were to ask you to name 4 classic Christmas movies, could you answer in 15 seconds? If the answer is yes, you need to play Trivia Star. I'm like, let me give myself 15 seconds, but I think I could do it in less. Elf, Christmas with the Cranks, Santa Claus, Home Alone. Wow, I nailed that. I need the app. Trivia Star is a free mobile trivia game with over 60 different categories to choose from, including music, TV, sports, brands, celebrities. I love trivia games too. I get so into it. So right now for the holiday season, enjoy limited time categories like Christmas movies and holiday songs, which is so fun if you need something to do while, you're on a flight home somewhere, you're on a long drive. And if you love trivia games and quizzes like I do, then you'll love Trivia Star. And right now they're offering you 2,500 coins and 500 gems when you download and play, which can really come in handy when you get stuck on a hard question. So Trivia Star has thousands of 5-star reviews in the App Store, and it's the #1 trivia game on iPhone. So download it today to test yourself with over 10,000 trivia questions. Just go to the Apple or Google Store and search for Trivia Star. Download Trivia Star for free and train your brain today.
So the producers ask you, they're going to be like, who do you want to see go into the villa from any of the seasons? Like, who are you saying? Give me like a list of people you would have given them.
Such a good question, except for the fact that I don't know any of the seasons really like outside of the US. I don't. Yeah, I never even when I went on the first time, I was like, I should probably watch this stuff and study up. And I only watched your season going into my season. And then for this time, I figured there's too many people to look up. I was like, I might as well just see them when I get there, The only people I'd know. Let's see, we got to throw out I Can Sue.
I can
I don't
sue.
know if she ever would. I Can Sue. Yeah,
I think she's back with Davide. Davide.
she's
I
with
don't
him
know. I
still.
saw a picture. I'm not sure. I
Bring him.
can't keep up with them, but she's
br-
from Turkey.
Yeah, she could bring him too. I'm sure the girls would love him. And then we'll have, how about you and Alex too? Let's throw you both back in the mix because that'd be awesome.
Fun with Alex and I going. I know we talk about it. We're like, wow, it would have been so fun to like be there, have each other's backs, like run it back like we did in Fiji the first time, because our first season was Fiji. So it was kind of like, it would have felt like, you know, homecoming.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be great. I've enjoyed. I hung out with you again only one time, but you're both great. I think everyone would get along with you too, and I think you'd play the game pretty smart.
I think I'd play a little too calculated for it.
Really?
I feel like I've kind of outgrown the Love Island part of it, but I think I could do another reality show that was very game oriented and like strategy.
So you wouldn't be going in there like trying to find your next husband. I mean, you're dating someone respectable.
I'm at his house.
Yeah, no, I don't think. Yeah, I think moving forwards, obviously, people during this go around liked each other, but I think moving forward is going to be definitely more gameplay. I think we all kind of did things we wished we didn't do and didn't do things we wish we did. So
that kind of general thing that everyone kind of talked about that went home, like you, Kira, Zeta, like Mitch, like I feel like you guys all got to hang out in Fiji for a little bit. Was it kind of a topic of conversation of like what was everything we could have done differently to like shake up more, or what was everything the show could have been like set up differently?
Yeah, I think that the conversation really was just, man, I wish I was in sooner. Like that's what most people would say, which is a fair point, obviously, right? You want to get in sooner than later because your chances of making connections with the guys and the girls and sticking around is better. But no, I think everything was good. Like it's the first time it's ever been done. I think it was done really well. I was treated great by everybody, you know, in front of the camera or behind it. And I had a blast. It was, you know, my first time going through it was fun, but this time having no nerves because I've done it before, it made it that much better. I think the show is great. You know, even though I was on
back for games season 2 and be like a starting person, because I also feel like you're one of those neutral people where everyone kind of liked you this season, and I feel like other people would just get along with you very easily.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see you kind of form like alliances.
Yeah, I think I got along with everyone pretty well. So I do think I would be in really good hands if I get in there early, if they do a second season.
It was like no one from your season, all the newer seasons, like people from season 4 and 5 dominantly.
I think that when it comes to the guys, I'd get along with them. I think I for sure would get along with all the girls. Absolutely. So yeah, I think I'd do really well either way. I just, the people that do not like me, unless I've given them a reason to, which is very rare, I feel like it's mostly just people who haven't met me, which is good because when they meet me, they think Carrington's a fucking asshole and a half, and they meet me and I'm actually not. I literally only have to be like this much better than their expectations, and it's like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Because the bar's so low, yeah. I kind of did that to myself on season 2, but it's low, so it's just, it helps me, and it's kind of crazy to say that, but it does.
No, it totally does. I think of it in terms of like if I ever went back, like let's say games happened 2 years sooner and I happen to go back, then I think the bar would be set too high for me. Like I had such a good edit. I was like such a sweetheart on my season that I think no matter what I did, like I would end up doing something wrong, or people would almost be like, oh, we don't like you anymore, never mind.
Oh man, it's possible. You did come
like
off like
out of 100 edit that I'm like, there's no shot I could do it again. I don't know. But then again, I did say things that weren't aired on my season that like easily could have been. So maybe it would just kind of be up to the edit that I would get, I guess.
Expose yourself. What did you say?
I'd be in the beach hut and I'd be like, I don't like so-and-so and I don't like so-and-so. And they were like, no, be nice. And I was like, okay, I'll be nice.
That's lovely though. That's the best way to go about it versus I'm sure there's other people out there who would argue they had the opposite. So
I'm the rare minority for that, and I know that.
Yeah. I remember your season very well, actually. I remember you came off, and what was his name again? Zach.
I think he would be good for games.
You do?
Yeah, but he's like
Why?
detached from the Love Island world. I don't think he likes it, but if he could come around to it, I feel like he would be good because I feel like all the girls would like him, and he's like nice. But
why do you think he would be good at the games? Like because he's nice and good looking, and what else?
Yeah, I feel like he'd be able to make alliances pretty well. But part of me also, he also got this like really good edit, like I got. So in a weird way, I want him to go back so people can like see his personality more, because I feel like it wasn't totally shown on my season. And then I got home and I was like, that is not how I see him.
Yeah, no, you both were just like it just seemed like you're like very good, nice people. Like you would do no wrong.
Yeah. Although you only had your 2 days there of whatever
Yeah.
even happened, like I think you still came out of it in like a good way. And I
Yeah.
feel like we could go back. Are there other shows you would do too? Or is kind of like,
Yeah, so when I left the first season in Vegas, there was like a ton of shows I wanted to do, and but then I got in a relationship. I didn't do anything for like 3 years. So
yeah,
coming back and being single, I was like, I want to do this, and there's a ton of things I want to do. Like
yeah.
I've had people message me. I'm like, is this real? Is this fake? I don't know. Like I'm still getting used to the whole thing again. But like
Right.
I would do the Challenge USA. I would do
Mm-hmm.
Survivor. I would do Too Hot to Handle. Yeah,
Too
I
hot,
think I would kill it on Too Hot to Handle. To
great.
be honest, I think I'd kill it. You know what? It's like I love Love Island, so I would
Mm-hmm.
do Game season 2 over anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I know for a fact I would kill something like Too Hot to Handle. There's no
Wow.
like
Yeah.
rules, right? I can do what I want and there's no criticism. So I would feel fully comfortable to like
Yeah,
do
the audience is
anything.
a lot different. Like Love Island is like ready to cancel people. Too Hot to
Yeah,
Handle is very like the crazier the better.
I would love that. I would absolutely because there's times there's times on this season where like it was way different than the normal Love Island though. For example, everybody kissing everybody. It was just a lot of madness and
Mhm.
you definitely could do more things and it was seen as okay, right? Swapping, for example, if you're like swapping couples, it's seen as fine. Whereas if you do it on Love Island USA, you might be seen as like a bad guy, right?
Right.
But there still were times where, you just want to do something, but like you can't. Like you just know you shouldn't do it, right? Because it could affect your game or this or that. And I just think on those other shows, it's like more unhinged.
Yeah.
But
Full
who's to
character.
say we can't do that next time?
Well, I think that goes with Love Island UK. I think the contestants operate more similar to Too Hot to Handle on Love Island UK. Like they are less calculated about what people think about them. And I think it's because of the fan base.
Yeah, it could be.
USA fans are really interesting.
Why do you think that?
They're just so ready to cancel people at any second.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I've taken this from like cinema and reality TV and kind of like made my own opinion on it, but I think it's because like Marvel movies and everything like that sells like crazy, and it's what's going to happen in it, right? Like the ending, the story, what's going to happen in these movies, right? Superhero, blah blah blah. So people love it though. They love not thinking about certain things. They love knowing what's going to happen and just like the typical storylines. And I think when it comes to these shows, when they see two people they like, it's instead of going through all this trial and error and maybe ending up with somebody else, it's like no, like I need you two to be with each other or else I'm not happy because like that's all I'm used to watching. And I get it. Like it's fun to watch something what's gonna happen, like The Bachelor or Bachelorette. Like you don't have to really worry about anything. You're just kind of like cruising on what you know. But I think this show on Game was way chaotic and it opened a lot of people more up to like, oh, I like this more now actually than the other show. And I think next season, say some of us come back and new people come, then it's like, okay, let's do this again, but let's do it even crazier. Like let's up the ante. And I think we can kind of change that narrative.
Yeah, I totally think it will. I think too, the producers will mix in more contestants from other countries. So maybe it's more of an even playing field for the international contestants because they were very numbered. Like Aurelia is just the only one from Germany. You have Steph, the only one from France. You have Lisa, the only girl from Sweden. They were never going to win. They had no shot.
Yeah. Aurelia had a good shot, but
it's what I'm saying though. Like,
yeah, I get what you're saying.
Not good.
It's hard though because I think in all those countries, well, I don't know. Maybe there's been like 10 Love Island Germanys. I have no idea.
But even if they just had two people from episode, just so they each had like one other person. Even the Australian people did so much better because they had like a buddy or two. Same with the UK people. If they had a buddy from their season even or a buddy they knew already, it helped them so much because all the USA people that were there this season, everyone pretty much already knew each other. They did.
And I think right off the bat, what would help them is probably putting the Islanders who are at a disadvantage more towards the front. But I don't know, like, if I was a starter, how I got sent home because I was a bombshell and I was going against two starters who'd been there since day one. Like I knew I was going. If I was in their position, I would have done the same shit to me unless I knew one of those guys was like the clear favorite, like he's gonna win. Then I'd send him home. But if it's like middle of the show, I'm sending the new guy home too. So that's the only thing. I don't know how they'll change it. I would like it to change, but you kind of can't really change it.
I know you can't. I wonder if it's like maybe they need to set it up more so like the Challenge, Survivor, Big Brother, where like everyone starts. Like there is no bombshells that come in. It's a full starting, and then they mix them up on teams or like tribes. And then that's how you would start to eliminate people down. That would be smart if they did it that way. I think that would actually change a lot of the dynamics if everybody started at the same time.
It'd be extremely hard though, like with all those people in there to film too. It'd be hard. You'd get like no airtime
at the beginning. But then kind of like, how do you watch those other shows that I just named? Because that's kind of how you don't really know who to even watch or root for at the beginning because there's so much going on. But then you slowly start to develop like who you're rooting for. And then there's upsets a lot too.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. It's funny because we were talking about like, what if this person started, that person started. It'd be really interesting to see if everyone was in there at once, like how it would go. I think that the way it's set up now is it favors those Islanders who are from France or Germany or Sweden somewhat. Versus in the very beginning, it'd be like 9 US, 9 UK, and then them. It would be a slaughter. So
you have to split them all up evenly. I would pick like the main house and then a casa and then a casa 2.0. And then you split evenly across 3 groups for the beginning. And then like each 3, like based if they lose games, they would have to like dump someone from their house.
I think making the show longer too would be nice.
It felt really short.
It was crazy in person. Like when I tell you in person,
because you're there forever. But
when I tell you in person, like every second of the day you're worried something's going to happen. Somebody was possibly going home because when I walked in, I heard like, yeah, this person was here and they left in 2 days and this person in 3 and 4 in a week. And there's this game and that game. And I'm like, can you guys explain to me how this goes? It's like, oh, bro, I'd explain it, but it's difficult. And I'm like, just explain, try to tell me something. And everyone had such a hard time explaining it. But obviously after the show and I was out, I kind of learned more about who went in, who went out. But just so many people in 20 days? Like
that was a lot of people. I loved how many people there were though. I wish there were more, to be honest. I think they could have more.
Yeah, there could have easily been more because there were certain days where, towards the beginning, I think they got like Steph had 5-6 days. I had like 2. If they brought people in every like 2 days, that'd be madness though. Someone goes home every like 2 days. I'm the standard. Standard.
That's what everyone liked.
That's what you think they liked about the show?
The viewers, crazy and chaotic it was. It was so fun to watch because it was fast paced. There was always something new and chaos. Like Love Island US sometimes gets a little slow, and this didn't have that slow feeling to it. And I think the fans loved that, unless they watched the UK or Australia.
Yeah, and I'd like to say to the fans out there too, you know why it was so good? Because there are people who are willing to put themselves out there like Johnny and stuff. So be thankful for that, because if it wasn't for that, who knows? Maybe next time it's going to be someone you like. Maybe it'll be me, but that's what makes it.
Johnny and Ray. Ray was so fun to watch. Oh my God. Yeah. I loved watching Ray and Imani and Johnny. Like they were so fun to watch.
They were. They like everybody on there like did a great job just being themselves, right? But also, if they were afraid of criticism, then they would just be perfect angels the whole time, right? Like everybody can like just be nice the whole time or not do what they want out of fear of getting, shit on. But they weren't scared, and that's what made a good show, and that's why it was good and enjoyable and exciting. So I've seen like people dishing out like hate to certain Islanders here and there, and I hate it because it's like they're all nice people, they're all good people, and they're really just putting themselves out there in front of millions of people just to entertain and like have fun and enjoy themselves. And I just wish people understood like the reason why you like that show is because of people like Johnny or like Ray. So
yeah, totally. And people don't get that. But the thing is, they're not going to. The fans are very like, once they made up in their mind what they're gonna think, they don't change it. There's no like redemption for some reason.
But I will say to the fans, thank you for not being on my ass. I love y'all.
I'm like, same for now until they watch the Johnny interview and think that I like sided with him too much or something.
I was curious to meet Scott because he did the couple shows, and I also personally had this thought in my head that like UK Islanders probably think like Love Island USA sucks or whatever. So how would it be meeting them, right? Do they think they're better than us or whatever? But Scott was very nice, very cool. Mitch is Goliath. I don't know if you ever heard the story of David and Goliath, but that's Mitch. He's massive, but he's just like the sweetest. He's just such a nice guy too. So that was my favorite part, I think, by far, is just, even though I got sent home way too soon, I think that just meeting all those people and hanging out at the hotel and stuff was something I will remember for probably the rest of my life. It was so fun, and it was just so great.
To hang out in Fiji at the hotel afterwards. It just sounded like a blast. Like it sounded like everyone got to come off. They're not being filmed anymore. It's all party. It's all everything. There was a lot of drama, so.
Oh, you heard there was a lot of drama?
Yeah. I don't
In
really
the
know
hotel?
of it, but
Oh, no.
yeah.
This drunken nights. Drunken night.
I mean, I'm also laughing at like even Scott. I'm picturing him leaving the villa the first time after season 5, and he's like having his Fiji drunken nights with Johnny before she flew back to the US, and he's like, I'm not gonna forget you, like I'll remember you. And then like he's on Gaze like weeks later, they're both like, yeah, I mean, it's been so much time. Like he literally just like, I can't believe how much time he spent in Fiji.
I don't think he'll go back.
I mean, I did what, like 54 days in Fiji? Like Fiji's different. Like people don't understand. It is not like the Bahamas.
It's not Hawaii. Yeah, it's not Hawaii.
It's not Hawaii. It is not the Bahamas. It is not Cancun. It is Fiji.
How long has it been? Like what? I was the season after you, so it's been like
yours was 2. For some reason, I thought you were 3.
No, it was 2. I was in Vegas.
The Drake or whatever. Drake's.
Oh yeah. Is that the name? That's the name of the hotel, right? Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that time was crazy. But I always think of yours. I guess I feel like me too. I feel like it's like been 7 years, but it really hasn't. It's been like, I don't know, 2020. It's been 3 years for me, 4 for you then.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's gonna be like 5 couple.
Why don't you do any other shows? You talk about Survivor and all these other things, and you kill it. Why don't you do it? You can do it with a boyfriend.
They don't like me.
These other shows, why?
The producers don't. They just don't like me. I don't know.
I feel like you do really well on those.
I honestly would love to do it. I've watched a lot of those shows. I'm very strategic. If anything, Ben pulled me out of the villa like day 2, and he was like, you are so calculated. Like, and he had told my mom, he was like, I'm worried she's like a little too smart for this. Cause I knew like, oh, I'm not going to do anything stupid. Like I'm being filmed.
Yeah. You never lost that. You never forgot you were being filmed. Like,
no.
Too comfortable. I did so quick.
Like I also gave them a whole like PowerPoint of like what I liked and what I was looking for in a guy. And they just didn't really, I was like, you easily could have dated one after another to get me to like switch up. So
do you feel like the guys in your season were like your type?
Not really.
Not really.
No.
Zach?
I mean, like, yeah, but he was also out of my type of what I liked. I think the closest they thought they brought in was Cormac, but I also have like a no club promoter rule. So I was like, no.
That's hilarious.
Well, so hopefully we'll see you come back for Games season 2. Hopefully I can end up at another show at some point. We'll see if they ever consider me or something.
Yeah. And I'll say this, if I am back, you all out there, everybody listening, you will see Day Guy. I will cause a madness.
Yeah, so, I don't doubt that.
Tweet, do whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
Get me on there.
Out. Everyone go comment on Games and Love Island's post saying they need to see Carrington for season 2. I'll link his social medias down below so you can go give him a follow. Make sure to like this video. Leave any comments down below of who you think Carrington would be a good match with for Games season 2 so he can research his prospects this time. And check out our other videos with our other Islanders. We did a lot of really fun interviews, and I hope you guys have a chance to watch all of them. All right. Thank you, Carrington, for coming on.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Have a good day. All right. See ya.
Bye.